Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting edition of my yoga class. This is Friday, February 26, 2021, and I've been having issues with Facebook Live, so we're going to be doing the class today here on YouTube. So, everyone, please come to a standing position in your mat. Let's start off doing some wrist, shoulder shrugs, head turns, head and neck, one direction, back. And some spaghetti arms. So this is an intermediate series class. So what that means is the Bikram 26+2 class is typically for beginners, and this basically is that class included plus more stuff. So there's 55 postures in all. We're going to be starting off with a breathing exercise, pranayama breathing, good for your lungs and your respiratory system. Keep your legs together, stand up nice and tall. Interlace your fingers, knuckles into the chin, thumbs against the back throat. Please keep your knuckles glued to your chin throughout this entire breathing process. And we'll begin. Inhaling through the nose. Fill your lungs to the top. Exhale out your mouth. Elbows touch. Inhale through the nose. Elbows up high. Exhale out your mouth. Elbows touch. Inhale through your nose. Keep your body weight in your heels. Exhale out your mouth. And roll your neck is back bent. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Eyes are tight, stomach is in. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Nice, full, deep inhale. Exhale out your mouth. Squeeze all the air out. Last three on your own. One more. Arms down by your side, shake out your fingers, roll out your wrists, roll out your shoulders, roll out your neck. Very slowly, one direction, and then the other. And now we'll do anatomical breathing. It's a different breathing exercise than pranayama breathing. Start off with feet together, toes and heels touch. Aim our gaze downward with our palms facing the back wall. Inhale through your nose as you slowly raise your head up and rotate your palms. Look up towards the sky or the ceiling. Palms are facing forward. Exhale out mouth. Gaze. Eyes are looking up. Palms are facing forward. Exhale out your mouth. Eyes are looking down. Palms are facing towards the back wall. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale through your nose. exhale out your mouth. Last 3 on your own. Last one. Shake out your fingers, roll out your wrists, roll out your shoulders, roll out your neck. One direction slowly, and then the other. And back, and back. We're going to start off with Virabhadrasana, salute to the gods and goddesses. Inhale. Raise the arms up. Exhale. Right foot steps forward, big step. Bend on the right knee. Straighten the left leg. You can have your hands in prayer. Cross your thumbs. Stretch up towards the ceiling. And your back bend. Back bend and you reach towards the back wall. Drop your head back. Look back. Way back. And change. Come back up. Straighten the right leg. Turn 180 degrees. Bend on the left knee. Straighten the right leg. Right heel up high. Stretch up. Let your head back. Reach back for the back bend. Come back up. Drop the right knee down. Top of the right foot flat on the floor. Stretch up. Tuck chin to the chest. Suck belly in. Curl it. Forehead to the knee. Breathe. Chin. Come back up. Reach up. Stretch up. Drop your head back. Reach back for back bend. Breathe. Change. Curl the right toes in. Straighten the right leg. Turn 180 degrees. Drop on the left knee. Top of the left foot flat on the floor. Stretch straight up. Curl in. Forehead to knee. Suck your belly in. Keep your chin tucked into the chest. Breathe. Come straight up. Stretch up. Drop your head back. Reach back for the back bend. Change. Come back up. Curl the left toes in. Straighten the left leg. Right foot steps back. Arms float down. Take a breath in. Thank you all for coming today. Namaste. Second set. So the first bunch of postures, we're going to do 2 sets. And then after that, every posture is just a single set. Inhale. Right foot steps forward, bend on the right knee, straighten the left leg. Squeeze palms, stretch up, drop your head back. Come back up, straighten the leg, turn 180 degrees, bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, stretch up, drop head back, reach back, back. Bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, stretch up, drop head back, reach back, back. Nope, up and down, left foot flat, stretch up, curl in, forehead to knee. And curl up, stretch up, drop your head back, reach back for back bend. Change. Come back up, curl the right toes in, straighten the right leg, turn 180 degrees, drop the left knee down, top of the left foot flat, stretch up, curl in, forehead to knee. And curl out, stretch up, drop your head back, reach back for back bend. change. Curl left toes in, straighten left leg, right foot steps back, arms foot down, breathe. Always breathe throughout the class, before posture, during a posture, after a posture. Always breathe. You're trying to link your body, your physical body, with your breath. So that's what yoga is all about. Yoga, body with the breath. Apologize for the camera angle. You can't see my face in this, but I'm at the top of my mat now. I'm going to do a salute to the gods and resistance to the gods and goddesses. We're doing sun salutations. Stand up nice and tall. Inhale. Raise your arms up. Squeeze the palms together. Cross the thumbs. Stretch up. Reach back for back. Back up. The forward fold. Place your hands in the left and right of your feet. Bend your knees. Forehead on your knees. Right foot steps back. Look straight up. Left foot steps back. Look straight up. This is a high plank position. Now we're going to drop down for the push-up. Up. Upward seal. Look up. Tops of the feet are flat on the floor. Stay here and breathe. And stretching your lower back. Curl the toes in. Come in for downward dog. Step forward if you'd like to get your feet flat on the floor. Try to keep your arms straight, your legs straight. Try to make your body look like an upside down V. Breathe ready. Look up. Left foot steps forward. Forehead to the knee. Right foot steps forward. Forehead still on the knee. Lift the hips up. Hips up, hips up. Move. Arms with your ears. Stretch straight up. Reach back for a back bend. Come back up. Hands back to heart center. That's set one. We're going to do set two a little bit faster, a little bit more energetic. Let's begin. Set two. Reach straight up. Drop head back. Reach back for a back bend. Come back up. Forward fold. Hands to the floor. Left and right of the feet. Bend the knees. Forehead to the knees. This time step back with your left foot. Look straight up. Step back with your right foot. High plank position. Look straight ahead. Breathe. Come down for a push-up. Upward seal, upward dog. Tops of the feet flat on the floor. Curl the toes in. Coming for downward dog. And look straight up. Right foot steps forward. Forehead to the knee. Left foot steps forward. Bring the hips up, hips up, hips up. And arms with your ears, stretch up. Drop your head back, reach back for back bend. And change. Come back up. Hands to heart center. Take a breath, breathe. Now we're going to be going on to, let's see if I can get a better camera angle so you can see, all guys can see, guys and gals can see better. So here, a little bit, so we can perform the triangle series, half moon triangle series. Inhale, raise your arms up, squeeze palms, interlace your fingers, or release your index fingers and cross your thumbs. So stretching up out of the waist, bend the body over to the right. Try to keep your hips and shoulders parallel to the wall in front. Bring the arms back a little bit. Nice side bend on the right. This is a mirror, we're looking at a mirror image of you, so you're going to have to adjust your thinking such that you're bending your body into the right first. Two hips and two shoulders still parallel to the wall in front of you. Nice, wonderful stretch along the right side of the body. Come back up, stretch up, drop your head back, reach back for back bend. Up, go forward fold. Grab your heels from behind, wrap your elbows around your calf muscles, glue your stomach to your thighs to chest unions, lift your hips up, Pull and stretch down, facing the shins or the knees. Roll forward your body up towards your toes. Lift the hips up. Eyes open. Breathe. Knees. Arms with yours. Stretch straight up. Turn. Quarter turn to the right. Arms down. The triangle. Pivot and turn the right. Bring the right knee. You're in warrior one. Your spine is straight. Flip the palms. Lean your arms. Right elbows to right knees. Stretch. Lengthen your neck. Chin to the shoulder. Up, straighten the right leg, reverse the position of your feet, left elbow to left knee, stretch the right arm up. Stretching up and stretching down, equally in opposite directions. Lengthen the neck, shoulder. Change, and back up. Now we move into the second version of triangle. So left foot in, left foot out, close the gap between your feet. We're going to keep our legs straight in the second version of triangle. We're going to place our left hand to the right of the right foot, keeping the legs straight. Raise the right arm up high. And get the right arm perpendicular to the floor if you can. Look up towards the ceiling if you can. Stretch up. And change. And down. Stretch your left arm up towards the sky. Look up towards the sky if you can. Stretch straight up. Stretch up and change. Hands together. Hands up. Turn. Up. Slip the belly in. Forehead to the knee. If you can, if the legs are straight, reach behind you. Raise the arms up. Index fingers pointed up. Raise them up high. Hips are still straight. And change. And back up. Stretch straight up. Turn 180 degrees. Stretch up, tuck chin to the chest, round down, forehead to knee. If you can get the front leg straight, feel free to poke in the front, look behind you. Reach those fingertips up towards the sky. Remember to breathe. Suck the belly in, look at your belly and breathe. Try to keep your body in your heels. Change, and back up. Stretch straight up, up. Quarter turn to the right, back and left, arms foot down, breathe. So that might have felt a little intense for some of you. It's meant to. It's just this combination series is really meant to invigorate your system. So the second set, we're going to go a little bit faster. So please try to keep up. You might go faster than me. That's cool. But don't go too fast. You don't try to do everything consistently as possible, methodically, and try to slow down your pace. You're trying to do this not at a rapid pace, but you're trying to do this in a consistently moderate pace. So let's begin. Set 2. Interlace your fingers, release index fingers, cross your thumbs, stretch up. Right side bend. You go a little bit deeper in the second side of the leg. Change. Left side bend. Left side bend. And your hips and shoulders are parallel to the leg. Drop head back, back bend. Change. Forward and forward. One first. Then deep and strong. Change. And back up. Other side. Warrior 1. Triangle. Change. Close the gap between your feet. right foot. Revolve triangle. That's that. Other side. And then charge. If they're not details, contact me. 55 plus 2 intermediate series is practiced worldwide by many people. So if you'd like, you can join the ranks of the people who are doing this intermediate class. We also have a book called 1, 2, 3 for Yoga. For those of you who are just same distance between feet, knees, and hands. Change. Come up, but 2. Those are left to this. And then bend your knees, slide down, imagine the wall behind you. Different teachers want you to do different things. In this one, some people will tell you to just slide back down quickly. I want you to slide down slowly. Shoulders away from the ears, spine straight. Knees up, heels up, just lifted, change. Heel up. Third part. This is windy, right? Squeeze the knees and slide down the imaginary wall to be sweating. It's a good thing. Keep the knees squeezed together. Inhale, breathing, slide back up the wall. Feet back together, arms down by your side. Breathe. Namaste, people. Next up is eagle posture. Eagle transitions to Phoenix. Eagle transitions to Phoenix. Let me have a little bit of space here, so I might hit the window. So I'm going to start here. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, flip the palms. Some teachers will tell you to do this really quickly, but I don't want you to do it quickly. I want you to do it slowly and methodically, just like everything. Sit down, arch back. Right leg up over the left. Twist the legs. Slide the right foot down the left calf muscles. Down down. Feet, knees, elbows, and hands, and one straight line. Lean back against the imaginary wall behind you. Breathe. Change. Goes up. Stretch up. Other side. Change. Arms up, arms up. Almost lost my balance there, and leaned it. Other side. Open your arms for Phoenix, and come out of the posture. Stretch up. Other side. Wrap your arms. Phoenix. Wrap your arms. Eagle. Come out. Like a goddess. And straight down. Take a breath. Breathe. Let's see. Yeah, I took it in. And come towards the back. For those of you who don't, and for those of you who have trouble balancing on a single standing leg, so you go through the first 3 parts. Try one of the three parts that suits you. And for those of you who know standing, you can proceed with standing again. Shift your body a little to left leg. Pick right leg. This is option 1. Keep it here. Keep your spine straight. Option 2, grab onto the knee. Option 3, pull the knee towards the right shoulder. You can work any of these 3 options if you like, but always keep your back straight. Or stretch straight up, suck, curl in, and add hands around Interlace fingers and hands around the ball of the foot. Feet straight ahead. Press your left big toe down. Proceed with standing hip knee, if you can. Thank you. Reverse abdomen knee. Breathe. So the final expression for some of you might be touching your forehead to your knee. And it happens for me sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I can feel it, whether I can do it or not. Other times there's that momentary hesitation because I know my body knows that we can't do it for today. That's okay. Every day's a different day. So some days you can go full blast in posture and you can really seek out its final expression in a unique posture like textbook. Shift your body to the left. You can go for any of the first three options or the fourth option, standing continue. So first three options, here, or here, or here. Fourth option, stand spine up, so one curl down. You can place your fingers right onto the bottom of the foot. Let's toes back, push right, big toe down. Let's go ahead. Move chest, kick out. Try to kick out so your leg is straight. On this side, my left leg is longer than my right, so I have difficulty trying to get the leg straight. I'm working on it. If you get the leg straight, you can stretch the elbows down towards the calf muscles. And then chest down, hip leg, flowing into the knee. Chin, reverse that knee. And the back bend, if you like. Breathe. Even during these little mini exercises, breathe. Chin, come back up. Now we're going to standing both plank pose. So one set of standing both plank pose. There is an alternate pose where you have issues with balance. So here we go. I'll show you that now. So bring your right arm down. Pick up the thing inside of your ankle. Keep your knees together. Stretch your left arm up, stretch it up, and then kick your foot into your hand, directing your knee towards the ground. And just hold it here if you like. So this is what I call part one of the posture. Part two, coming to the expression, full expression of the hand. Stretch forward, kick up. So first you're kicking back, and you're kicking up. And you're breathing. Just abdomen parallel to the front. Stretching the right shoulder behind your left. Your shoulders in one line. Strong, solid, seven-legged breathing. Change. Back. And down, right down, breathe. Other side. Stretch your neck. Kick foot into hand. Kick the knee down. You can stay here if you like for part one. Part two, full expression. Drop body down. Keep your arm in line with your torso. Kick leg back, kick leg up. Keep breathing. Change. Arm down, leg down, breathe. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Just check something here. Okay. Screen back into the back. Bottom of your space or back of your space. Inhale, raise your arms up. Squeeze palms into the fingers, release your fingers and cross your feet. Stretch it up. Step forward in your right foot. Straighten both legs. Body down, leg up. Chest down, bring your arms up. Stretch in 3 opposite directions. Stretch, 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 change, and back. Stretch up again, step forward, left foot. Straighten both legs, lie down, leg up. Lie down, leg up. Chest down, arms up, stretch, and stretch, and stretch, and change. Lift up, just foot down, breathe. Split arms, balancing step. Start off the same way as the previous step. Step forward, down, leg up, come into balancing stick. Open up the arms, back, balancing the leg. Strong, stable, solid standing leg. Bring the leg up, arch back, look up, arch back, and change. Back, split arms. Left foot. Come down into balancing stick. To start, look straight ahead, open up the arms, arch your back, look up, lift the leg up, arch your back, keep the standing leg straight, strong, solid, and change. Come back, looking at their arms and bring it back and then balance. But then there's this additional question of the back being arched. So you keep your back flat and straight. That's okay if you're doing this the first couple dozen times. But over time, you'll come to realize that this is a lot more than just keeping your back flat. In the balancing stick, the normal balancing stick, you keep your back flat. In the split arms balancing stick, what you want to try to do is arch your back. So you get a little back bend to it. So you lift your chin up, so you're looking up. That gives you a little tiny bit of a back bend, at least on your neck. And then where your neck goes, your spine will follow. So begin with small minute increments and then develop from there. And always try to keep that leg straight. The leg that's sticking out from the elbow straight. And try to bring the leg up as high as possible as you also elevate your gaze up as high as possible. And then you'll get that nice back bend. So, next, come to the top of the space. We're going to do a quarter turn to the right. We're going to be doing Dande Mano, Vibhaktapada, Vibhaktapada, Paschimottanasana, standing second leg stretching posture. So stand up nice and tall. Feet together. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, right foot steps out to right. Big step. 4 feet distance, arms not more than 2. So you can also place your hands in front of you. Roll your body weight forward towards your toes. And balance the balls of your feet. And get your legs straight. Try to lift your chin up. Get the upper half of the back flatter. Try to pelvic tilt your pelvis forward and down. Try to get the lower half a little bit forward so that you get your entire back a little bit flatter. Now, once you are in this grip, inhale deeply. Exhale and bend your elbows towards your shins. Gently but firmly pull forward, stretch forward, try to touch your forehead to the floor. Say to yourself, I can touch my forehead to the floor. Inhale again. Exhale, gently but firmly pull forward, stretch forward, and see if you can touch your forehead to the floor. Very good. Almost. And change. Almost parallel. Now, we're going to set 2. Set 2, keep your feet where they are. Clasp your hands, elbows, your shoulders back. And then your back flat, spine straight, chin up. Swan dive. Keep your back as flat as possible. Keep your legs straight. Keep your body weight in the balls of your feet. Keep your chin lifted. Keep reaching your fingertips towards the sky. As you try to stretch your upper body down and try to touch your forehead to the floor. It's going to be much harder in this one. That's okay. Just try. Now, third part, you can grab your opposite elbows. You can also do a reverse mudra, reverse prayer. So reverse prayer, you have your hands in prayer behind you with your fingertips pointed towards your head. So if you can't do that, you can also have the fingertips pointing downward with reverse mudra, but that's okay. But Not quite a reverse prayer, but if you can just do that, that's fine. So over time, as you develop flexibility in your hands, your wrists, you'll be able to do reverse movement. I can't do it yet, so that's okay. And if you can't do this either, just grab your opposite elbows. There's no harm, no foul in doing less. At this point, less is more, so you want to make sure that you're following all the alignment patterns. Okay? So keep your heart straight, body the balls with you. Swan down, spine straight. Looking towards you. You'll be surprised if you just relax your body, you'll be able to get yourself an inch or two closer to ground. Keep your legs straight, body the balls with you. Inching. Moving back up. Now, close up the distance between your feet to about roughly shoulder, a little bit more than shoulder width. So now you're going to squat down into what's called goddess position. So goddess position, this is a squat. So you want to have your hands in prayer, you want to bend your elbows, and you want to press your elbows into your knees. So it's not the elbows actually, it's actually right here. You're just using your elbows to help you press into your knees to separate your legs. So your feet are basically in this shoulder width, a little more than shoulder width apart. So you're trying to keep your spine straight. So this is goddess pose, also called garland pose, named after the wonderful person, trophy winner of yoga championships, Lauren Hume. So she invented this particular pose. So this goddess squat down as low as you can. Some of you might be able to touch your butt to the ground. So in garland pose, we scream, breathe. And then we get into YACEP. So YACEP, what do we do here? We are going to bend our knees. We're going to take our C-grip, which is that space between the thumb and the fingers, place them behind the ankles. We're going to try to get our shoulders underneath and behind the knees. We're going to look straight up ahead. We lift our butt up towards the sky. We try to straighten our legs as much as possible. We're going to try to reach behind and try to grab our fingertips, maybe even our wrists from behind. So behind your butt. If you cannot do this, you can just clench your fists against your butt, straighten your legs, look behind you, breathe. And change. And your knees. Come back into garland, breathe. Now this is that. It's going to be a challenge for a lot of you because you really need some ankle flexibility for this. So don't try this if you don't feel you're ready. If you feel like anything is painful in the class, then just hold off on it. Don't do it. Just watch the demonstration and then try it in your own leisure. Now again, all of these postures, some of them are going to be good for you, some of them not, depending on what your doctor says. So always listen to your doctor first, always listen to your body first. You are your own best yoga teacher. You know what's going to be good for your body. So don't proceed unless you feel that something could be beneficial to you. Now this is a very advanced pose. I'm just showing it to you because it's advanced for some, but for others it's relatively easy for them just because they have that certain kind of flexibility. So it's not for everybody. So we start off like this. We start with feet touching. It's easy so far. We press our toes together. Lift our spine up. Then our hands are in prayer like this. Now we try to open up our toes. We try to move forward, balancing on the knees. Now we have our heels and the balls of the feet touching. Then go forward, bring those pressed feet back, and now what's facing you, the camera viewer, is the heels. You're balancing like this, you're pressing basically not the tops of your feet, but the inside parts of your feet, right here against the ground. Spine is straight, hands in prayer. And this is called root pose. Now, if this feels really painful, get out of it immediately. Just reverse the order of the steps. But if it feels good, if you feel like something's happening, like, oh, I'm actually improving the flexibility of my joints around my ankles, then you can go for it. Usually, if you're young, you can go for it. Usually, if you're mindful of what you can and cannot do. This is not a class about pushing yourself to the limits and beyond. This is a class about seeing what you can do to help you yourself. So this is an intermediate series class. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a difficult class for people who are already like seasoned practitioners. It typically is a class for seasoned practitioners, but there are elements of the class that are beneficial to a great number of people. And I feel that the intermediate series class actually has a lot more things in it that will benefit people than the beginner's class. The beginner's class is great for lower body development, very little in the upper body development. But this class, intermediate series, is good for total top to bottom type of physique development. So this class was created by combining the knowledge from a series of intermediate classes, intermediate trainings that I've taken from Tony Sanchez, Ida Ripley, and those Yoga folks that published this book on therapeutic exercises. So shout out to them as well. So this was root posture. Typically, you'll see this. What else is there while we're here at this? You can try tree and toe stand. So tree and toe and beach. So we stand up nice and tall. So this is Bikram's version of the tree. So he calls this tree posture. This is really a half lotus tree. Hands in prayer. Stand up nice and tall. Hips, shoulders parallel to the one finger. We can make this more challenging. How can we make it more challenging? You raise your arms up, to the side, stretch up, and hold it here. Breathe. We can open up our tree. Breathe. We can do all these fancy things with tree. We do a tree movement. It's easier to do all this stuff than the other. And you'll find that this is different for the different postures. So in some postures you might be great on the right side, but not so great on the left. Other postures you might be great on the left side, but not so much on the right. Tree movement. Teaching ultimate balance while in tree. Toe stand. So you can skip toe stand if you have knee, hip, or ankle issues. You can just toe stand, stretch forward, open up, lower yourself down. Balance. Beach posture, we're going to present beach. Try to keep both hips on the ground. Bring it back. Back into tree. Back into toe stand. And then into tree. Some of you might be able to even come out of this without touching your hands in the ground. That would be very impressive. Be careful not to hyperextend your knee. Try to stack your hip over your knee, over your heel in one straight line in the standing poses. You can get into a toe stand first. Rush through all of this and expect stellar results on, say, the third day. That's not going to happen. It's going to happen in 3 days. It's not going to happen in 30 days. near the beach. And then reverse up. Come back into toe stand first, and then into tree. And then she reverse out. So it looks like my camera on YouTube crapped out again. Let's see what's going on here. Oh no, that was just another website just bugging me. So, thank you all for continuing to stay with me. This is a very challenging class, so this is not something to be taken lightly. If you're in this class, you're doing all of the I'm moving into the arm mounts and series. And there's a reason. It's because they're hard. And anything that relies on the body strength is actually really, really hard for most people. So what you want to do is we'll start off with a very simple posture called baby crow. So in baby crow, you have your hands and your elbows separated about shoulder width apart. Spread your fingers, press your finger pads into the ground, look straight ahead. Lift your butt up, walk forward, and get your knees into your armpits. If you can't get them in your armpits, get them. Look straight ahead, lift both feet up, point the toes back towards the back wall, and change. Get back down. Take a breath, breathe. How did that feel? Remember, while you're in the posture, keep breathing. Before the posture, breathe. In the posture, breathe. In the posture, breathe. So, I said before that all postures after a certain part are just single set postures. Here is where you can do a second set of arm balancing, because we don't get to do arm balancing that much. So, here we go again. Let's start off. Hands, elbows, shoulder width apart. Lift your butt up. Walk forward. Get your knees into your armpits or the backs of your arms. Look up. Lift both feet up off the ground. Toes pointed back. Breathe. Change. Come back. So that was baby crow. Shake out. Now we're going to go into more serious arm balancing. So what we're going to do is prep our wrists for this. Welcome your person. So you'll probably recognize these as being Aikido wrist exercises. So I have practiced Aikido past, achieved brown belt level in it. And so we do these exercises every single time we practice it. Aikido is a great martial art, not necessarily for self-defense, but for the building up of your spirit. So there are techniques in Aikido which are very powerful, but they are not very applicable to street situations. So you won't be able to find very many MMA fighters using Aikido, for example. But what you're trying to do in Aikido, just like in yoga, is to cultivate an inner spirit. Try to strengthen your inner spirit, your resolve, your focus, your determination, things like that. So it's very good for that. Okay, let's proceed with the adult version of crow. So here we go. We spread our hands apart. Your hands are shoulder width apart. Lift your butt up, walk forward, and your elbows are pointed behind you, towards the back wall. Now you want to try to bend your elbows. You want to try to place your knees into your armpits or the backs of the arms. Now, lift up one leg at a time. Look straight ahead. And then see if you can lift up the other leg. Point the toes towards the back wall. And balance. And then that's it. Just lower down, shake it out. More wrist exercises. it only lasted a second or two, right? And that's okay. The second set, we're going to try for a little bit deeper into the posture. We're also going to try to hold it for a little longer. Now, while you're doing the second set, what I want you to concentrate is make sure that the elbows are pointed back. Don't bend them out. The elbows should be back. So if you bend your elbows, the elbows are always facing the back wall. Arms. That lifts you up a little bit more. So you're in this like crow-like position. So your arms are basically the crow's legs. So let's do some more wrist exercises and just develop our strength here first. And we'll try crow, set 2. So put your hands shoulder width apart. Press your finger pads into the ground. Bend your elbows facing behind. Knees into the armpits. Look straight ahead. One look up at the top. Sweeping balance. And change. It's not going to happen today for me. That's okay. So if you can, over time, as you practice this class more and more, you'll be able to hold this crow posture for 5 seconds, for 10 seconds, even 30 seconds. So yes, I've been known to hold something like this for as long as 30 seconds in my body, which was a couple of years ago. I was really jacked up and stuff. But over time, that's only like something that you can develop over time. In the beginning, sitting for 1 second or 2 or 5 seconds. And over time, you can develop your strength and you can try to do crow for longer periods of time. So the next posture is something similar to crow. You want to separate your feet about shoulder width apart. It depends on how big or small of a person you are. So you'll have to make that adjustment based on your body. So then you use the C-grip, which is this inside part of your hands, and you try to get your shoulders behind your knees as much as possible. Look straight in. Then take your hands, fingers towards the heels. Place your flat palms on the ground. Look straight ahead. Lift up one leg at a time. And balance right here. Make sure your arms are straight. Try to get the legs straight. Balance. 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 And change. Come back. Sit down. Shake it out. Wrist exercises. And then we'll try again. So, second attempt. See if you can hold it longer, so you can get to be completely straight. So no bending your knees. So you can do that. Keep that balance on your hands. And if you're really good at it, if you're a pro at it, then you can flip your palms so that your finger is facing behind you. So, and then lifting up, just bouncing your finger pads. You have to be really, really strong to be able to balance on just your fingers. So, C-grip, shoulders behind, knees, look up, palms flat behind your heels. Look up, look up your top of your legs, straighten your legs. And change. So the worst that can happen is what I just did. You just fall down on your. That's the way the butt wants to roll. So it wants your body will easily shift towards back. Now, in some cases, we're going to maybe pitch forward, and in some cases, you might feel, oh, this is very dangerous. I can't be pitching forward and hitting my head. So, in order to combat that, you can have a couple of blocks. There's handy blocks here. If you've got a home practice or a practice, pitch forward block. So that ensures that you hit something much softer, like this block, rather than the hard ground. Hitting it hurts. These blocks, get 2 of them, and have them by your side to help you. So the third posture, if you can call it that, it's more of an exercise, is called palm stands. So some of you can do palm stands, some of you can do finger stands. So do what you can do. So have your blocks to the left and right here. Now, as you progress in your advancement of this posture, you may not need the blocks anymore. You can just use leverage to lift yourself up. just this before. The blocks are in parallel, flat side down. Have your hand and place your thumbs against your hips. So have your shoulders away from your ears. So spine is extended up straight. Inhale deeply. And come down. Now, that was part one. Let's try part two. Inhale deeply. Exhale, lift. Kick the hips back. And bring it down. That was part two. Let's see if you can do part three. Part three, after the second part, we are going to be lifting our straight legs. And the toes pointed up off. So that's parallel to the ground. No bend in the knees. So you are continuously pushing your heels forward, flexing the toes back towards your face. So let's start off. Part one, inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Kick your hips back. Inhale. Lift. And change. Bring it down and shake it out. Wrist exercises. Second set. Hold it a little bit longer if you can. This is what some people refer to as levitation. So you can do this when you're levitating. You're combating your mind. So for a lot of people, if there's a mental block, and they say to themselves, I can't do this. The thing is, you have to think you can. The thing is, you have to think you can, and then you will be able to do it. So unless there's some kind of a major problem with your arms, you should be able to lift. Unless there's some other thing that's preventing you from proceeding, you should be able to kick your hips back. And unless there's some other thing going on, you should be able to lift your heels up off the ground, even an inch off the ground. That's preventing you from forward. You should be able to kick your hips back. And unless there's some other thing going on, you should be able to. Inhale again. Exhale, lift. And change. Bring it down. And congratulations, you're done with your on-balancing series exercises. You're doing keto wrist exercises to just loosen up your joints. Things feel like there's a lot of pressure right here, right? It feels like there's a lot of pressure right here. So when you turn around, you lie down into Shavasana, and then we'll proceed with the floor series. A special surprise for you all. If you know the Bikram Beginner Series, then you know that there's no such thing. If you know the Bikram Beginner Series, then you know that there's no such thing as abdominal work in it. There's like abdominal work in the Bikram Beginner Series, basically doing sit-ups and a little bit of wind movement, depending on how you do it. But we are going to be focusing here next on the abdominal series, which is part of the floor series. Try to kick your heels forward, try to flex your toes back. Exhale, come up, and don't go up all the way. You're trying to reach towards your toes. So your fingertips are aiming towards your toes. Your feet are flexed back. And come down. Your belly should have been sucked in there. If it's not, we'll try a second set. Inhale, stretch back, reach for the toes. Contract your abdominal muscles. Breathe. Thumbs are crossed. Breathe. Change. Come back and grab, interlace your fingers, grab the back of your head, elbows are down, and your toes are still flexed back with your legs straight. Inhale deeply. Exhale, come up. Legs are up off the ground, and lift your upper body up off the ground. Upper body up off the ground. Keep your elbows back and change. Come back down. Take a second to breathe. Next part, grab your opposite elbows. Inhale deeply. Feet flex back towards your face. Exhale, come up. Upper body up off the floor. Toes flex back. Contract your abdomen. Change. Come back. Arms float down. Breathe. Next posture. Legs are perpendicular to the floor. Sole of the foot facing the ceiling. Toes are back. Press your palms into the ground. Bring your right leg down. Keep your left leg up. Raise both legs up. Left leg down. Bring the leg up. Both legs down together, straight legs. Come back up. Bend the knees. Wind removing posture. Grab opposite elbows over your knees. Pull your knees down into your chest. Make yourself really compact. Try to flatten your spine against the mat. Now, bring the left leg down. So you're still grabbing onto your right knee with both grabbing opposite elbows and grabbing the knee. And try to pull the knee into your chest. Breathe. Now, bring the left leg back into that both-legged wind removing, and then bring the right leg down. Still grabbing opposite elbows, pulling the left knee towards the left shoulder. And change. Bring both legs back up. Pull the knees into the chest. Flatten your body again against the mat. Both legs down. Change. Now we move into shoulder stand. With your hands pressed down on the ground. Have the toes pointed up. First, we're going to be doing a plow. So get ready for this. Inhale deeply. Exhale, lift. Both legs up. Straight legs. Now bend the knees, touch your butt. Bend the knees. Lift the legs up high. Try to straighten your back and your legs into one straight line. Resting the weight on your shoulders. This is called shoulder stand. If you can, optional flourish. Get your legs in lotus. Lift the knees up. Be very careful with your neck. Remember, your weight is balanced on your shoulders. And then come out. And straight. Bend knees towards your forehead. Straighten legs and plow. Hands on the floor. Roll up. The shoulder stand. As well as shoulder stand with lotus. Sit up. We're going to be doing anywhere from 4 to 6 postures, and then doing a shavasana break in between. Cobra posture, hands palms flat, either side of the chest, tops of the fingers, line of the tops of the shoulders, pinky fingers, line of the deltoid muscles, tops of the feet, bottom of the floor, straighten the legs, contract the quads, kneecaps lifting up. Inhale deeply. So lift. Upper body up off the floor. Belly button never go on the floor. Just use your back strength. Inhale, exhale, let go. Change. Locust, Shalabhasana. Straight arms underneath your body. Both legs together. Look straight ahead. Lift both legs up. Chin down. Change. Arms out by the side. Warrior Shalabhasana, full locust. You can have your arms a little bit angled upward if you don't have enough room to the left and right. Keep your legs together. Inhale deeply. Exhale, lift. Everything up off the ground. Only your belly button is on the floor. Balance on your hips. Look up, lift your legs up. Change. Bend your knees. Grab the outsides of your feet. 6 inches away between the knees and feet. Try to keep your wrists straight. Inhale deeply. Kick up. Look up and deep. Change. Turn your head over to the left. Turn your head left. Turn your head over to the right. Left. Turn your head over to the upper left. Turn your head over to the upper right. Do a little push-up. Top of your space. Fixed firm or reclining here. Knees are together. So invariably, some of you will have your knees start lifting up off the ground in this one. If that's the case, separate your knees a little bit. Hands on your feet. If your butt's not touching the ground, stay here. This is part 1. Part 2. Elbows on the ground. Put your chest up. 3. Top of the head, back of the head, shoulders on the ground, upper body up on the floor. Arms over your head, grab opposite elbows, pull the elbows down. Lift your chest up. Breathe. 4 breaths. Have your hands in half moon position with your palms together. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, stretch back. Stretch back towards the back wall. And hands back to your feet. With the help of the elbows, lift from the chest. And now we go into Ardha Karmasana, half dips. So do your knees feel like jelly after this reclining here or fixed firm posture? If they do, you just stretch back, just like this. Press your heel back. Stretch the other leg back. Press the heel back. And then proceed with the next posture, which is Ardha Karmasana, half tortoise. Straight spine, knees, feet, heels together. Inhale. Use palms, stretch skyward, come down foot side. Keep stretching forward, trying to touch the wall in front of you. Keep sinking your hips back. Forward. And sink your hips back. If you can, curl in to your forehead to your knee. Forehead to the knees. Reach back for the needle. Fingertips pointed up towards the ceiling. And then come back into Ardha Karmasana. Come back out, arms flip down. Come up, top of your space, for camel posture. This is one we have to be especially careful because camel is our deepest back bend. So be very careful. Have your knees and feet separated 6 inches apart. Hands on your lower back. If you've been practicing for a long, long time, you can drive your fists into your back, pushing your hips forward. So, chest up, reach down one hand at a time, grab onto the heels if you can, thumbs on the outside, fingers on the inside. And then 4 inhales and exhales. Lifting the chest up, pushing the hips forward. Change, come back, come down, come into rabbit. Just like in Ardha Karmasana, knees, feet, heels together, grab onto your heels. Extend the spine up. I like to just prep the neck a little bit, before something as invigorating as this posture. This is a forward bend. So here we go. Tuck your chin to your chest. This is what it'll sound like. You're compressing your throat. Suck belly in, roll forward, touch your forehead somewhere here. Touch the top of your hips up. Lift your butt off into the air. Thighs perpendicular to the floor. Suck the belly in. Stretch that lower spine. Breathe. Always breathe. 4 to 5 breaths. Chin. Long curl out. Chin comes up last. And then turn around. Lie down. Chins. Typically, advanced class like this within 90 minutes if possible. Another step, please. Extend right leg out. Again. Which one do we have? Yes, we got some time. Extend right leg out. We're going to go for the head to knee with deep stretch. Suck your belly in. Change. Other side. Change. And that's out. And elbows outward. Gentle pull. Not a forcible yank. You're trying to gently pull. Change. Come back up. Suck up your legs. Grab opposite big toes. Spine straight. Come forward and down. Try to bend elbows out. Pull and stretch forward and down. You might be able to touch your chin with those, because this is also a variant of separate leg stretch. Spine straight, stretch forward, toes pointed up. Flex your toes back as you see. Reach forward, tiptoe forward as much as you can. Change. You're going to feel it in your thighs there. So next up is Nandukasana, frog posture. So we're going to place our hands, arms behind our knees. Move the toes up. Move the heels forward. Try to flatten your spine. Try to touch your chin or your chest. Onto the ground. Try to reach back with your hands. Change. One arm out at a time. And the last posture in this series is upward stretch or boat. So, first we're going to do one leg at a time. Left leg back. toes pointed up. Right leg back. Look at yourself while you're taking this class. Spine straight, leg straight, toes pointed up. Where are you looking? Your gaze should be up towards the sky. Now, the tricky part, both legs up. Keep legs together. Spine is straight to begin. Inhale deeply. Exhale left. Spine still straight. Wrap your elbows around your calves. In Padmasana, except you're stretching up towards the sky. Your legs straight if you can. Change. And then turn around. Lie down. Shavasana. Another sit up. Left leg back. Slide. Left leg back. Slide your arm underneath your leg. Spine is straight. Reach right up. Grab opposite fingers. Lift the neck up gently without trying to force it. And try to keep your spine straight. Change. Back into rock the baby. And switch. I'm older than the hills, so I'm going to get a little bit of cramps every now and then. So I feel a cramp in my foot right now. But that's okay. I'm going to proceed. It's just a circulation problem. You just try to uncramp and get the circulation going. There we go. Look at the toes. If you don't do yoga regularly or some physical activity, this might affect you sooner than the age of 53. So I'm just telling you all right now, it's a good thing to keep moving so that things like this don't affect you. Raise the arm up like you're asking teacher for a question. Bend back and reach and grab your fingertips. Lift your chin up, spine straight if you can. Then change. Come back. Crisscross applesauce, the other side. It's called shoelace posture. Knee over the knee. Stretch left arm up. Behind. Grab the fingers if you can. Hook the fingers. Sometimes one side is more flexible than the other. In this case, I can't reach my fingers together on this side for whatever reason. That's okay. Everybody's body is different. Change. Come back. Now we move into archer posture. So angle your body to the left. Spine is straight. Cross the left leg over the right. Grab onto your big toe with a pistol grip. Bottom three fingers around the big toe. Index finger laying across the tops of the feet. Tops of the toes, that is. Same pistol grip on this side. Now we're going to be turning our torso all the way over to the right, so our chest is facing that way. We'll cramp again. Just turn your head over to the left. Now, let's try the impossible. Lift the left leg up. Try to get the toe to touch your ear. Like an archer. You're drawing a bow. Change. At the very end, if you could lift your heel up off the ground. Let's try the other side. Turn this way. Turn just your head this way. Chin over the shoulder. And do the impossible. Lift. Draw the belly. And change. And then out. So that was archer posture. Straighten the spine. Change. Spine twist left side. Change. Turn around. Shavasana. Breaths. And about the 50th point mark, I'll motion to go a little bit faster. So in this one, we're exhaling very strongly with our mouths. Inhales will happen automatically. Spine straight, arms straight, fingers are together, chest is lifted. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale halfway. Begin. Have some water if you like. Let's turn around and lie down in Shavasana. With our head towards one direction, feet towards the other, feet together, feet fully open, arms side by side, palms facing up. Gaze straight and close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose and mouth. Allow your body to best recharge and relax. Thank you all for joining me today on YouTube for the yoga class. And I hope the rest of your day is peaceful, blissful, and still.